Hi everyone, today I'll be taking a look into Australia's food culture and their related dietary health issues as well as globalization. Hi everyone. Food culture in Australia. So Australia has really interesting food culture that was initially influenced largely by British cuisine due to early colonialism. But over time, immigration has played a huge role in shaping what people eat there. So you'll see a lot of multicultural influence like Mediterranean, Asian, and Middle Eastern foods. Similar to the United States, it's very diverse. There's also a big cafe culture in Australia, especially in bigger cities. And at the same time, people tend to eat large amounts of meat, processed foods, and dairy. It's still a large part of the average Australian diet. Okay, eating habits in Australia. So when it comes to eating habits, convenience is a really big factor for Australians. Like most Western countries, they do eat a lot of fast food and processed snacks. They have McDonald's, and their version of it is called Macca's. It's not uncommon to snack on sugary drinks and foods, and most people underconsume fruits and veggies. That being said, there is still a growing trend among the younger population, especially in these urban areas, towards more health-conscious eating, which includes like vegetarian and plant-based diets as well. Alright, so common health issues in Australia. Some of the biggest health challenges in Australia are chronic conditions like obesity, diabetes, and heart disease. More than 2/3 of Australians are overweight or obese, and that has been steadily increasing since the 90s, as you can see on this graph here, which is provided by the Australian Institute of Health and Welfare. Other major health concerns are colorectal cancer and mental health issues, which can also be linked to diet and lifestyle. So connections between diet and disease. About 2/3 of Australians are overweight or obese, and that is a huge number and helps explain why diabetes, heart disease, and some cancers are so common. Additionally, these dietary patterns are really what contribute to these diseases. High salt and fat intake can result in hypertension and heart disease respectively, as well as consuming low fiber. That can result in gut health issues and colorectal cancer. And then, again, high levels of sugar consumption, as in sweet beverages, are contributive to diabetes and obesity. And then, as mentioned, poor diet can also result in mental health illness. So the impact of globalization on health. Globalization, it has really changed the way people eat in Australia. There's been a large shift towards processed foods, takeout, fast food, partly because of convenience, but also because of the influence that global food companies have and their marketing strategies. So the shift means that people are eating significantly more sugars, fats, and sodium. And of course, that change is tied to the rising rates in obesity and other diet-related illnesses. Aside from the chronic health conditions that ensue from this sort of diet, this new diet also conceals like the indigenous food practices that were at some point predominant in Australia. So a lot of that is now being overlooked because of globalization of their diet. Public health suggestions. So what can be done to combat the increase in these health issues that's occurring in Australia? Well, first and foremost, health education campaigns. Like most public health campaigns, education is extremely important in allowing people to understand what healthy eating actually looks like and how they can achieve it. And then policy interventions, introducing policies like the soda tax, which has been effective in many United States cities, showing an average decrease in diabetes by 6% and obesity as well. Additionally, access improvements would also reduce these health disparities, particularly in indigenous communities and rural communities. Improving their access to fresh foods, nutrient-dense foods, is a great way to target these health disparities. And of course, supporting indigenous food cultures, promoting traditional foods these foods are more nutrient dense than the current diet that Australians are typically used to. Okay, so in conclusion, Australia does have a very dynamic food culture, and their modern diet, especially due to globalization, it has contributed to a lot of serious health challenges. There is a clear link between nutrition and these common illnesses such as cancer, heart disease, diabetes, obesity. It is a complex situation, but a multifaceted approach is ideal in order to solve these nutrition-related illnesses. And these are my references. Thank you.